Okay, so the next concept of function that we are going to look at will be some special functions and how to make that determination. So indirectly, you can even look at it as type of functions. Okay, but these are special functions that we are going to look at. And we'll look at, okay, even functions, under what condition will a function, okay, be said to be what? An even function. Okay, then odd function. Under what condition, okay, will a function be odd? Then after that, we'll look at one-to-one, okay, function. How to determine, okay, that a given function is what? Is one-to-one. Okay, but I will start with the even and odd. They move together. Okay, so we'll be looking at even and odd functions. So even and odd, okay, functions. Even and odd functions. Even and odd functions. And I'm going to give you this basic introduction. Okay, a function, and I'm using a general function, f of x. It can be g of x, it can be anything. Okay, it's said to be a. Okay, so I'm going to go for even. If and only if. You remember I told you that if and only if mathematically is written as IFF. Do you remember?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is something that you are familiar. If you've forgotten indirectly, okay, I've helped you in your revision. Okay, so then let me continue. Let me change the matter, change a little thing. All right, okay, so if and only if f of minus x is equal to f of x. And the meaning is that, okay, with this one, all that you need to know is how to, okay, evaluate functions. And for evaluation of functions, we are all perfect. Okay, it's the algebra that some of us have issues. Okay, so in this case, this is what we have. You can see f of minus x should be equal to f of x. So it means if I feed, okay, my function with the negative of my original input, the result must be the same as what the function fed with what its positive was input. So usually we say that an even function is no respecter of negative. So whether you feed it with a negative or a positive, okay, what do you call it, object, the result will be the same. So if you feed it with a negative object, the result will be the same as that function fed with what a positive object. And that's what you can see the negative my x. So f of minus x is giving me must be equal to f of what x. So my function fed with the negative of my object should be the same as the function fed with what the positive of my object. Is my point well made? So this is the condition that your function must satisfy for it to be labeled as what? As even. Now B, okay, odd. So the function is odd if and only if, okay, f of minus x will be equal to minus f of x. So this means that if you feed your function with the negative, okay, input, okay, the negative input, that's the negative of your original input, your result must be the function, the original function multiplied by negative. So you can see the f of x is the original function. So minus f of x will be the original function, okay, multiplied by negative, or minus your original function. So these are the two basic conditions that you need to know, okay, one for each, even and odd. So once you know this condition, okay, the rest will be trivial because remember I said you know how to feed a function with what? An object for you to get its what? Output or its image. Okay, is my point well made or I should come again? Hello, is my point well made?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is what we are going to do. We are going to subject, okay, so we are going to look at question 1. subject the following questions, okay, through what we have, okay, done over here, what I've given you over there. Okay, so this is what we have. The question says, determine whether the following functions are I, even, then I, odd. So we'll take A, okay, check whether it is even. Okay, A, check whether it is what? Odd. So each of the functions will make that determination, whether it is even or what, or odd. So we are going to start with what question 1 was A. So solution, okay, question 1, A. And A, I'm going to go for I. So this is what I'm going to write first. I'll write given, and what am I giving? I've been given, okay, f of x, okay, is equal to x squared. So at this point, I need your maximum attention. So AI, okay, I, what is here? Condition. The condition here, we are looking at what? Even. Okay, so in this case, we write for, and what is our function? F of x, okay, to be even. We know the condition. So, comma, if you have space, okay, you continue. I don't, so I'll go to the next line. And it will be f of minus x. I take this condition should be equal to f of x. Is my point well made?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you remember when we were, especially those who were with us, when we were doing binomial theory, okay, did I say binomial theory? Binary operations, forgive me. Or when we were doing, I think we did a set as well. Okay, anytime you want to make a determination and you know the condition, which is your premise. So this is our condition, this is our premise. Remember when we were doing commutativity of an operation, associativity of an operation, remember you state your condition, take the left-hand side of your condition, deal with it, go and take the right-hand side, deal with it, then compare the two, okay, and draw your conclusion. So this is our premise. So what we are going to do is to take, okay, one of the sides, and I'm going to, for this, I'm going to take the left-hand side. So the left-hand side is f of minus x. Okay, so instead of taking the left-hand side, I know the left-hand side is f of minus x. So I'll write taking f of minus x. And I know that this will be equal to, okay, f of minus x means wherever I see x in f of x, it is minus x. So this x here will be minus x. However, it's a square. So in effect, I'm going to get minus x squared will give you x squared. Am I right? Hello?
Yes.
Are we following? Are we all on board?
Yes,
Please, if you want me to go over, make sure, okay, this is the beginning. So you make sure you start, okay, with me on, okay, the right note. So this is what we are going to do. We are done with the left-hand side. So we are going to take the right-hand side. Taking, and the right-hand side, what do we have of the relation, okay, the condition f of x. And we know that f of x is equal to what? If you look at that, we know the f of x, we are told is what? Is x squared. So that is equal to, let me bring this one. So that will give me x squared. So now if you compare your left-hand side result and the right-hand side result, are they the same?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think will be the conclusion? What can we say about the function f of x? Looking at your premise. Is your premise or satisfied?
Yes.
Okay, so now
Yes.
the obvious, very good, the obvious conclusion will be therefore the function f of x is what? Even. Is that clear? All right, so now we are going to look at II. Okay, so once you know that this function is even, I'm just giving you a hint. Obviously, the function will not be odd. Just as you cannot have a number that is even and odd at the same time. You won't get a function that is even and odd at the same time. It is either even or odd, or it will not be the two. So please take note. All right, so II. Okay, II, again, we are looking at the function to be odd. So for f of x, okay, to be odd, we know the condition. The condition is that f of minus x should be equal to minus f of x. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we are going to take the left-hand side. Okay, so taking, okay, the left-hand side, which is f of minus x. Okay, straight away, I know this, sorry. Okay, all right, you know that you've done it from the same question. You've done f of minus x and you know its result. So just go and instead, don't do the same work again because we'll give you double marks for same work. Okay, so in this case, I can infer, and I know that per my calculation here, I had that to be x squared. That's my point well made.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
so now we are going to take the other side, which is what? The right-hand side. The right-hand side is minus f of x. So that will be equal to minus, what is your f of x? F of x is x squared. So x was squared. So which, if you remove the bracket, will give you minus x squared. Is that clear? Hello, are you following?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's look at our left-hand result. Okay, side result, that gave us s squared. Your right-hand side result gave us what? Minus s squared. Are these two the same?
No, please.
No, because remember we said this must be equal to this before, okay, you can say that the function is what? Odd. And once this is not equal to that, okay, the function, you can say that it is odd. So your conclusion will be, though we knew the conclusion, okay, before we started. So now you draw your conclusion, which will be therefore f of x is not, okay, odd. Is my point well made? Okay, so we are going to look at the next one, which is B. B, what are we giving? Okay, giving g of x is equal to what? 2x squared. Okay, so you come to I, what are you supposed to do? We are supposed to determine, okay, that of the even. So you write the same condition for the even. So for g of x this time round, not f of x, to be, okay, even. Okay, so this time around, I can see that I have enough space here, so I'm going to continue. So my j of minus x should be equal to j of x. Do you agree? Hello, are you following?
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, what do? We come and take the left-hand side of our condition, which will be, so taking the left-hand side, and the left-hand side is j of minus x. Okay, and that will be equal to, wherever we see x in g of x, it is what? Minus x. So this will give, where is your g of x? This was it. So it will be 2 into your x, your new x now is minus x, but that x is squared. So you put a square on top. So whatever that you are going to substitute it to replace whatever that you have there, and whatever is attached should be attached. So at this point, this is going to give you 2 negative x all squared will give you
X squared.
okay, so that will give us x squared. Okay, so we go and take the other side too. So taking, okay, the other side, which is what? F of what? X. And we know, obviously, this is equal to, okay, x squared. Let me see this here. Okay, so at this point, we know I'm going to see the continuation, okay, here. So this can go. Let me even take it here from here so that I'll continue at this point. So I'm going to see, assuming this minus 2, so this will be equal to x squared. Now, if so, sorry, 2x squared, is that clear? Because that's your function f of x. Your function, sorry, hey, did I write f of x? Forgive me. Okay, this one is not intentional, it's not my usual. Okay, great. So the function is what? G of x. So you have to equally work with the function. So immediately you change the name of the function, you are doomed. So don't let that happen to you without you recognizing that. So if you compare these two, the left-hand side result and the right-hand side result, you see that the two obviously the same. So it means your condition here fully satisfied. So you draw the obvious conclusion. Therefore, your function g of x is what? Even. Hello, are we all fine? Okay, so if you are not 100% fine, but maybe about 50, I'm okay because we are going to do more. By the time you finish with what we are supposed to do together, you should all be fine, 100%. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to pause the capture and send it to you. Then we'll move on to, okay, the II. Okay, so we are going to do the II for B. So II, okay, so BII, we are going to have what? For, okay, the function to be, so what is the name of your function? It's g of x. Okay, to be, and you said that one is odd. Okay, odd. If you don't have space, you go. Okay, so your g of minus x should be equal to minus g of x. So that's the condition. So only that this time around your function is g, not x. So you go and take the left-hand side. So taking, okay, the left-hand side, which is g of minus x. We've done that one already, so we won't go through all the steps. You get in there and take its result. And it resulted in 2s squared. Okay, now let's look at the other side, which is minus g of x. So taking, okay, the other side, which is what? Minus g of x. Okay, so this will be equal to minus your g of x. And what is your g of x? G of x is what? 2x squared. So it should be minus 2x squared. Is my point well made?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what will be if you compare? Okay, the left-hand side result gave us 2x squared. The right-hand side result gave us what? Minus 2x squared. And I've told you, once the function is even, it means, okay, it will not be what? Odd. So from what we have here, that conclusion is well established. So, okay, therefore, okay, your function g of x is not, okay, sorry, not odd. Full stop. All right. Okay, so we are going to look at C. Okay, again together. Okay, so C. Okay, what are we giving? We are giving the function h of x is equal to x cubed. All right. Okay, so we come to I. We want to make the determination. This function is it even? So you say the condition for your function to be even. So for this time, your function is h of x. So h of x should be even. Okay, you state the condition, and the condition is that, so comma, the condition is that h of minus x should be equal to h of x. The function is no respecter of negative. So feeding the function with a negative, your input will be the same as the function fed with a positive, your input. So in this case, what do you do? Taking, okay, this side, left-hand side, which is h of minus x. We know that this will be equal to h of minus x will mean wherever I see x in h of x, it is now minus x. Okay, so that is going to give us what? Okay, minus x in brackets, I'm substituting for x, which is now minus x, then q. Okay, so minus x cubed, if you remove the bracket, what would that give you? Minus x all cubed. Can you help me? Hello, I'm waiting. Minus x all cubed.
Minus x.
It will give you minus
X.
minus x.
Q.
So minus x cubed will be minus x times minus x times minus x. So minus x
Yeah.
times minus x will give you minus x squared times another minus x will give you, sorry, it will give you x squared, forgive me, minus x times minus x will give you, okay, x squared times another minus x will give you minus x cubed. So if you remove the bracket, you are going to get minus x cubed. So please take note, anytime you have a negative number to an even power, your result will be positive. If you have a negative number to an odd power, okay, your result will be negative. So you can see that I have a negative number all in bracket to an odd power. So my result must be negative. Where we had, okay, the one with the even, the x squared and what have you, if you substitute, once the power is even, okay, negative of that will give you. So it means minus x to the power 4 will give you a positive result because the power is positive. That's why it's even, I should say. So in this case, we are done with the left-hand side. So you go and take the right-hand side. So taking the right-hand side, what do you have? H of x. My h of x is given. And where is your h of x? It is s cubed. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's compare. Okay, these two results, are they the same?
No.
No.
No. So the obvious conclusion is therefore, okay, your function h of x is not even. I hope I'm clear now.
Yeah.
However, okay, please take note. Okay, once your function is not even, it doesn't necessarily tell you that the function is odd. Because remember I said the function can be odd, even, or, okay, none of these two, or neither. So in this case, this is what we are going to get. You go to II, and you take the condition for, okay, h of x, okay, to the, and in this time around, odd. What is the condition? The condition is that h of minus x, okay, should be equal to minus your h of x. So you just need to know the condition and state the condition. Just as when you are asked to determine commutativity, what have you? You need to know the condition. And the condition will be the foundation of your argument, what we call your premise. So when your premise is satisfied, then you draw the obvious conclusion.
Mr. Hackman,
Not any,
please
no
I have a
other-
question.
Yes, okay, I have an answer.
Please, at the conclusion of the h of x for the even, you have to state why it's not even.
Do
Or
you
it's
have
not
to
necessary.
state why it's not even?
Yes.
Okay, usually just like the committee is a good question, just like the commutativity and what have you. Okay, remember I said if you want to back it with a reason, it's better you back it with a reason. Okay, because we will know that it wasn't a guesswork. You knew what you were doing. Like you can write, okay, you know, h of what minus x is equal to h of x. Okay, in this case, you cannot use left-hand side is equal to right-hand side because we didn't use left-hand side and right-hand side in our presentation. You get it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it will be better, I should say, if you attach your reason, which you know. So in this case, the other one, okay, so let me quickly add to the so that so okay, this one give a j of what? Minus x is not equal to minus j of x. Okay, and the other ones too, you can go and attach, okay, the reason as well. So this one will be again firm, okay, h of what minus x is not equal to h of x. All right. So the condition is not satisfied. So you draw your conclusion aside. So in this case, what do we do? Okay, we take the other side, which is what the first side. So we are going to get h of minus x, and we've already done that. So just go and infer, and that gives you minus x cubed. Okay, you don't infer, and you start the process again. Okay, when you are not sure whether your two answers will be the same. If you are sure, just infer. All right. Okay. So let me see. All right. So at least we can finish with this. Let's go and take the other side. So taking, okay, the other side, which is minus h of x. So that will be equal to minus in brackets your h of x. And h of x is s cubed. So this will give you minus s cubed. Do you agree? If you remove the bracket. So this will be s cubed times negative. So this is different from the minus s cubed or in brackets or cubed. So in this case, if you compare the two results are the same. So you draw the obvious conclusion. Therefore, your function h of x is what? Odd. Okay, then since, okay, h of minus x give us minus h of x. Is my point well made?
Yes, please.
Very good. So let's go. We have less than a minute. When we come back, okay, I'll give you, okay, just a quick information on what we've done so far. Then we move on to the rest of the questions. So let's disconnect and come back as soon as possible.